Amanda, how did it go in there? Did you manage to work something out?
Yes. Well, Sal and I met with the customers, Adrian Miller and his wife, Susie. Look, it wasn't easy. They just confirmed what Sal had said, which is that the business just spiralled out of control. The current lease arrears is how much, Adrian?
I borrowed 100 grand, and I've got there's a little bit owing.
At the moment, you're owning 2,680.
Seems that the root of the problem is they haven't been able to keep their staff. Apparently they had a really good guy in place before, but he just left to go overseas, and they've had no one to stay in that role for very long. It just seems that this has coincided with the start of the problems they've had with the bank. They haven't had any problems getting work. Adrian's been working really hard, but he hasn't seen the admin side of the business as a priority. He hasn't been chasing his debtors or processing his invoices, and it's all had a really big impact on cash flow.
How many people do you have to collect from?
There's heaps of people I've invoiced. I haven't invoiced about 10 or 12 people. I just haven't had Susie, I haven't had the time. What am I doing? I'm working 14-hour days.
So what do you think happened?
It's hard to say exactly what happened, but, you know, sometimes when the initial excitement dies and it all gets pretty real, you know, that's where it becomes a business. And you have to take business pretty seriously. You know, it's certainly not an unusual problem for small businesses to have. The good thing is it's really quite easy for the customer to fix, providing they realise it's a problem and they get onto it straight away.
At the moment it's hard to find someone to stay longer than sort of 2 weeks. But I've found someone at the moment that I feel is really good.
So he believes this will free up some of his time and he can actually get in and do some admin. I have to say, during the meeting, I was pretty firm. I got them to agree to an immediate action plan. We talked about what would happen if they didn't meet the timelines we discussed. That was an interesting moment. Pretty scary for them, I suspect. If we can't see our way out of it, possibly you would maybe consider refinancing. If at the end of 2 to 3 weeks we reassess and it's not going anywhere, possibly refinancing?
No, we don't need to refinance at all. That's not an option.
Anyway, for now, Adrian's agreed to some important actions. The first step is to clear the current lease arrears within a week, the current excess within 2 weeks, get that next lease repayment in on time by following up those outstanding debtors. They've also agreed to maintain the accounts in future within the agreed terms. The covenants are up to date now, actually. They brought the interim accounts with them today, which is really good. The final commitment they made was to provide the quarterly reporting when it's due in future. As we thought, according to the interim accounts, the business is trading okay. It's that build-up of debtors that's causing the problem. Look, Adrian and Susie are really lovely people. Unfortunately, they got themselves into a tricky situation. I'm in absolutely no doubt that they can get themselves out of it. The DCA will remain with SBS as we wait for the customers to carry out their action plan, and if it all goes according to plan, the file will be repatriated back to the banker. From my point of view, I'm really glad that Sal took action when she did and John got me involved. It means we can get strategies into place that'll protect the bank and hopefully resolve the situation before it becomes critical. You know, in this case, looks like they'll be able to work it out.
Come on, let's go. You okay?
Susie,